Welcome live, you guys, to Good Morning LaLa, and I'm Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jezza Mui. Welcome to Good Morning LaLa Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m.
Right, and we've got a great Monday motivation show in store for you. We're going to debate inspiration versus motivation, give you some tips on that. We're going to hear some very inspiring stories from some hotties in the house and very creative people. And we're also going to get into the yes frequency. I'm already in the yes frequency.
It's Monday, you have to be.
Gotta be.
I don't know how to be, so I'm so glad we have some very special guests, experts in their field in the house this morning. Good morning. We have Miss Bell saying you heard her at the top of the show. What an incredible, beautiful voice you have.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. What a way to start our day. Tell me, what is your morning routine?
Lots and lots of coffee.
I'm with you. There is never enough coffee.
Never enough. Mascara and coffee, those are my two essentials in the morning.
And Mr. Robbie Hayes rocking the hat today. You're a little incognito. Are you having the hashtag Monday vibes?
It's an early Monday, but I'm ready to get after it this morning.
What's your morning routine?
I'm woken up by my puppy. She is whining, ready to go out. So that kind of keeps me on a early morning schedule, which is helpful because I just came from the East Coast and I always kind of wake up with anxiety because I feel like I'm 3 hours behind. So, walk the dog and a coffee, morning routine.
You know, one of the things I love about Robbie, his tagline is "Only my dog can judge me." Right? Smart.
It's true.
It's so true. It's words to live by because all they do is just love you. Right?
As loyal as it comes.
Oh, beautiful. What's your puppy's name?
Dixie.
Dixie. Oh, you're going to have a proud daddy moment. Show me a picture on the break.
Yes.
That's right. Gary, tell me, how do you get in the yes frequency?
Yes.
What do you do to start your day?
First, I wake up and say yes. And then I go to an intense class called Diesel at 5:30 at the gym from 5:30 to about 6:45. And then I go and start my day on what my intention is, what I want to achieve. So it's really just programming your mind. I actually start the night before, Sunday night, because I think we sort of get unclear and we lose our focus. So in order to stay focused and say yes, and you also have to say yes many times. In most of my exercises, if you repeat yes 100 times, in the morning, noon, and night, you'll stay on track and you'll start to open up other portals to create more shifts in whatever it is that you want to manifest.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm just going to be sitting on the 405 saying, yes! Yes! I'm having a positive mind shift right now. Just say yes.
Love it.
Well, we're so excited to get to know more about each of you later in the show. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Right?
It's a good way to start Monday.
I know. I'm needing it this morning for sure.
yeah?
Really getting back. I got back late last night. So as you guys know, I went to Portland for the weekend for a reunion. And I grew up, it was just crazy because I grew up in kind of a pseudo hippie commune in the hills of Santa Barbara. And it's kind of an interesting dynamic, but it kind of reminds me of a lot of those movies like where, you know, the kids grew up in the middle of wherever, because we had 7 of us that were like extraordinarily bonded. And there's many of us, like tons of kids, but there's 7 of us that literally have had reunions every single year. And we grew up like, it was like the leftover residuals of the 60s, so it was like kind of chaotic. The parents were all over the place. There was some drugs, some alcohol. Like I remember looking out the side of my house one day, like up, down, like below the neighbors, and there was like this drunk neighbor with like, you know, boots and a hat on, drunk, like doing his gardening. Like that was, you know, wasn't unusual, you know, so we bonded a lot, needless to say. So it was really amazing to just, you know, reconnect for the weekend with the girls.
That's pretty cool. You know, it's interesting. I say that one thing with most of my female friends is they struggle a little to have girlfriends that they feel really close for. You've got 6?
Oh, I have
way more
so
than that.
many.
You're that tight with them.
Yeah, and then I have a whole other section of high school friends, and then a whole like,
Wow.
yeah, no, we definitely like. Thank goodness social media has really allowed everybody to keep up so much too.
For better or worse, because I feel like I've caught up with everybody just via their Facebook or their Insta profile, but I actually haven't caught up with anybody. And then I think, oh my God, I haven't talked to Katie in 4 months, but I feel like I know everything that's happening in her life because I saw it yesterday on Instagram.
I highly recommend
so
doing.
disconnected.
Yeah,
so
I
true.
highly recommend doing reunions with people, because it's so easy to get lost in the shuffle and we get busy, and if you don't schedule it, it doesn't happen. So we actually scheduled our next reunion January before we left
Wow.
the reunion.
I think my 5-year high school reunion is coming up now. feels about right.
How was your guys?
Time.
How was your weekend?
Well, Jez and I went to Nacho, so we had Nacho on Friday.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
envious.
if you
Hi,
missed
Nacho.
if you missed Friday's show, Nacho Armani is one of the most world-renowned musicians, healers, and composer for the brain. So we had a great healing session with him on the show, and then we went to a sound. It was a
Yes,
sound circle.
like a sound circle. Yeah, like a song circle, sound circle, and it was very healing. I mean, I was surprised. First of all, it was in Venice, so rightly so.
It was cool.
Very cool.
So LA.
Yes,
Right?
incredibly cool, incredible people. I mean, and of course, Nacho's just fantastic.
He was. Okay, I had no idea what to expect though. Did you know what a sound circle was going into this?
No, because I wasn't even sure what to wear. I was like, what do I don't even know. So,
No. I was certainly overdressed. You have to go bare feet, you get in the circle, and then we all just kind of like vibed. It was
Yeah.
weird. I had no idea we were making music. We were all becoming one, and it just kind of gave us this purpose. Like, you couldn't stop. Even though you kind of felt weird and uncomfortable, it was like, oh, but if I stop, then I'm going to ruin the rhythm and the vibe. And it was crazy, but it was really cool just to completely do something different.
Yeah, super cool. And it also was a great reminder of how even if you think you have rhythm, you don't. Relative, like especially relative to Nacho, you know, because he's like leading this whole thing and he's creating like these really complicated like beats, and you're supposed to follow it. But at some point, you're just like, okay, I messed that up completely. I'm gonna pretend it didn't happen.
So did you sing?
Yeah, it was like sort of more
Ish.
chanting-ish.
It was like, yeah, we were kind of like chanting, we were humming, and we were like stomping and
Yeah.
vibing. I mean, it was interesting.
I listened to
Music.
some of his music on the way up on the airplane.
Yeah, it's incredible. His voice is incredible. But music and movement, it's a form of meditation.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it was St. Patty's Day, and everybody in LA got wild. And then the day after St. Patty's Day, 26,000 people decided to run a marathon
I know,
across
wow.
Los Angeles all the way to the ocean. I mean, hats off to you. I was hurting by Sunday morning, but it was really fun. I went down to Santa Monica Boulevard. I saw some of the people we were cheering them on. I didn't realize it was such a community. There was concerts and food, and it was really cool.
Right?
The winner ran the marathon in 2 hours and 33 minutes.
Wow.
Unreal.
Congratulations.
Unreal.
Wow.
I got a feeling he did not drink the night before.
Oh, certainly he did not. Unless
wanna-
he did that carb load, because you know how they say like
Oh,
the
right.
night before, then also they just eat like pasta for days.
Oh, really? I want to give a shout out to my girlfriends from Santa Barbara, Jenny Strait and Camila. I love you guys. They ran, I think, half the marathon. They raised, I don't know, I think it was like $12,000 or $20,000 for kids in the Congo around water. So they're providing water for kids. So do get involved in your community. Have fun and make a difference. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, and you can do both. You can
Right?
have fun, make a difference. Should be both. Yeah.
So we're going to take a little break, and we come back. We're going to talk, and we're going to debate motivation versus inspiration. And we're going to give you some tips on how to get motivated if you're feeling stuck.
I don't want to debate. I want them both.
Yes, yes, and yes. Stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to This Week in Focus. I'm Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network, and I have my girl helping me out.
Good morning. I'm Jezza Mui, co-host of Good Morning La La Land, and this was This Week in Focus.
Last week on the Focus TV Network, we shot Slay with Rachel McCord, The Alyssa Goodman Show, we shot Live It with Tanya Meme, and Ellie Unscripted, hosted by Jeslyn. Who was on your show?
Louis Lombardi, absolute legend. He's a Renaissance man turned real estate mogul.
What? So aside from our normal lineup, we had Good Morning La La Land, Jez, who was on that show.
The creator of the Skinny Confidential herself, Ms. Lauren Everts, as seen in the latest issue of Focus magazine, The Influence issue.
What?
We also had the gorgeous Jezza Mui,
So hot.
talking all things transformation, and the man who found love on The Bachelorette, Dr. Brian Absolo.
Thanks for tuning in to This Week in Focus. I'm Victoria. Jez, thanks for helping me out. Bye.
Hey, I'm Jezza Mui, co-host of Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show with our associate producer, Ms. Victoria Simone.
Hello.
AKA It's Lady Katana, and this was This Week in La La Land.
Cheers.
We started our day off right with Unicreamer, an amazing new vegan creamer from the LaCourte sisters. We transformed with Jezza Mui from X on the Beach, who is really taking our bodies to the next level.
Yes.
We had Elle Rust. She's got the Primal Blueprint podcast and some amazing salad dressings with Primal Kitchen. motivation.
I mean,
LaLa was making magic in business with She Sells. We also had Ms. Monica Ortiz, who is helping us live our most exceptional lives.
Yes.
And Andrea Fox, who is decking the rooms of some of the most amazing, inspiring children in the hospitals of Los Angeles. Nacho Aramami, near and dear to my heart. He is a world-renowned musician, healer, and composer for the brain. And Michelle Mache, we Soul Playground with her all day. And did you catch our interview with Dr. Brian Abzola? Hot! He won the heart of Rachel last season on The Bachelorette, and now he is creating a health and wellness platform so you can get ready for love yourself. This was This Week in La La Land.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Good morning! Dr. Abs. Does he have abs?
Fire emoji.
I think it tastes like shit. I fucking hate it.
This is the closest thing to chemicals.
Oh, there it is! You want to try it?
No. Hot! I don't know how you could be hot on because you don't have any clothes. Josh, so blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Hot!
Heart emoji.
Really hot. So hot. You're supposed to say yes.
Blah, blah, blah. Soul Playground. Please,
I know. Fuck that.
Please, please.
For the poor.
We're like in the zone. Peace out. It's like for the boys.
Oh. Shout out to Ricky Rebel.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We have three incredibly motivating and inspiring guests today. Hello, good morning. Robbie Hayes, as seen in The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, Belle Saint, up-and-coming alt-pop artist, and Gary, obviously, amazing author of PS Frequency. So we're talking hashtag Monday Motivation today. I'm wondering, what is one thing you do to get motivated if you're kind of having the Monday blues? Robbie, let's start with you.
Yeah, Mondays are rough. It's for a lot of people. I actually use something that Gary uses as well. I prepare for that Sunday night, whether it's meal prepping, which is going to already have me set up for the whole week, or if it's reading something that I'm trying to get into that week itself. Start Sunday night. So that's where I would begin.
Belle Saint, what about you? What do you do to get motivated if you've got a case of the Mondays?
I honestly just like putting on some good music and going on a run. It's a really good way to clear my head and get motivated.
What do you listen to get motivated? I'm always curious with musicians, like, you're probably not listening to your own music.
I mean, I'm not that much of a narcissist. But I love listening to Sia. Sia's a big, I love Sia.
You know,
Love Sia.
They compare her. They say she's the modern day Nancy Sinatra meets Sia, meets
Wow.
Adele, right?
That's tough. I love
Quite
that.
a title. Quite the title. Gary, what do you do if you've got a case on the Mondays to get motivated?
I think I immediately go exercise. Or I do something that I normally don't do to shift the energy, or listen to music, because I think when you're in a sort of down place, sometimes music elevates you. Yoga class, something that just inspires you, what you love to do will lift your energy.
So true. Well, thank you for helping us cure our case on the Mondays this morning in La La Land. We'll get to know more about you all later in the show.
We have such amazing guests. I was thinking, what if you asked like a guest that, and they were like, you know what? I called my friend, I bitch and gossip, like,
Totally.
I completely vent for like hours, and like
totally.
roll over in bed and go back to bed.
Or like exercise. Like I exercise that alarm by throwing it across the room. That's about it. Exercise with an XO.
Yeah. Either everybody puts on a great cover, or we truly have found the most incredibly inspired, enlightened, conscious community that there is in Los Angeles.
Right.
I got a feeling it's part of the ladder. It's intentional, I think. Huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
For sure. So speaking of Monday motivation, we want to debate inspiration versus motivation, because if you look at the definitions of the two, they're different, right? Inspiration is something that comes from within. It is like true source. it's the spirit, if you will, and motivation is something like out there. So, you know, there's all kinds of things. We've gone to, it used to be kind of old school, like motivational seminars and things like that. And, you know, today the motivational seminars have come a long way. Like even Tony Robbins is very inspired, you know, based in his life. And so I think it's important though to get like what the difference is. What do you guys think the difference is?
I love the way you put that. I've always thought of inspired as being in spirit, right? And so for me, it's a question of the difference between being intrinsically motivated, which is motivated by things that bring me joy, whether or not I get some kind of other reward for it, versus being extrinsically motivated. And there's nothing wrong with being extrinsically motivated by money or some kind of accomplishment or achievement. There's nothing wrong with that at all. The only problem is it's not sustainable usually, and it means that most of the time you're forcing yourself to do things that you don't really want to do.
I find myself to be motivated constantly. I have an insane amount of drive and work ethic, but it's hard for me to get motivated about things I'm inspired to do, because that to me feels a little bit selfish, and I have a hard time. I'm like, oh, I'm so inspired to do this, I'm gonna be motivated. And it's like, wait a minute, I gotta be motivated to do X, Y, and Z and meet these responsibilities and these deadlines before I do apply that motivation to something that's inspiring.
Like what? What do you mean? Like what would be inspiration?
Well, I think a lot of terms would be like things with self-care or things that I'm excited or inspired to go do and to try, because I feel obligated and motivated to meet other things in my life.
You know, it's such a great point, Jez, and I think we've all struggled with that. I know for me, I struggle with it, and the only thing that allowed me to shift a little bit was trust. And I began to trust in the intelligence of the universe, but I was also exhausted, so it wasn't like I had a choice. Like I was tired of doing things that I had to force myself to do. I couldn't sustain it. I was always either unhappy or stressed out or anxious. I wasn't getting to do the things that I wanted to do. I knew life was short, and after a period of time I said, you know what, heck with it. I'm gonna just trust the intelligence of the universe that if I do the things I love, it's gonna work out well.
Right.
You know?
I do think there's a pitfall. I think there's a pitfall to the inspirational side of things that people never talk about. They think that there's a pitfall only to the motivation side. But I think that in today's world where everyone's into meditation and getting inspired and getting into source, like they're waiting for that big high that can happen. That doesn't always happen, you know? So it's like if you're waiting to be inspired to take action, it can be a problem also.
Well, yeah, you're waiting for this like aha moment, right, where the world reveals itself and it's like, oh, I have my divine purpose. Like, and then I'll be motivated.
Right.
It doesn't happen. I have no clear GPS for my life, you know, most of the time.
You know, there's a great expression, strike when the iron's hot, but make the iron hot by striking.
Whoa,
right, so
that's right.
I had to get my tweetable in real quick, you know. Get that
Mic
tweetable.
drop,
Yeah,
right?
but it's so true. Movement helps. I think taking some kind of action, even if you don't feel like it at first, builds momentum, and then from there you can be a little more inspired.
Motion, wait, what is it? Our executive producer always says something. He says, emotion creates emotion. Thank you. Come on in, Annie. Come on in. Emotion creates emotion.
We're clearly a little tired this
Oh my
morning.
God, don't you love when you want to have a profound moment and quote somebody, you can't get it right? It happens to me like every time I try and quote Rob, I'm like, I'm tapped in. Wait, how does it go?
You have no idea how many years I had to practice that in my head before I actually said it out loud, Jen, so don't feel bad.
I need cup number 3, please. Dulce and I are going to go for coffee, and then we'll come back to the show later on.
Right, and just like, let's take a little break, you guys. Let's get back. And we've got some incredible guests in store that are going to talk about their own inspiration versus motivation and what we can do today. So stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back.
With Billy Rose, founder of the agency, as to how the agency is so different from all the other brokerage.
To me, it seemed anachronistic to encourage agents to now go be their own thing, and they're no longer sharing their resources with the rest in their group so that they can have competitive advantage. It's always a team is going to beat an individual.
We also speak with Marissa Zanuck, who started the Zanuck Group, and she discusses how it is to be an agent in the LA market today.
So many people that think that you can just make quick money in real estate, and it's really not like that. You need to put your time in. You need to do, you know, the dirty work. You need to learn all aspects of the business.
And my 3 favorite finds in the LA market today. And that's all starting now on the LA Home Show on Focus TV.
your host and producer, Alex Worley, filming inside Focus TV's West Hollywood studio. Welcome to Empowerista, a show dedicated to highlighting female trailblazers and empowering you to turn your barriers into breakthroughs.
Hey guys, I'm Amy Paprath.
And I'm Justin Walter.
And this is What's Good, the show that's dedicated to positive, uplifting stories from all over the globe.
Welcome to Good Morning LaLa Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jezza Mui.
And we're making history as the first live streaming daily talk show.
This is where all kinds of shit happens.
Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles, at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Alyssa Goodman Show. So Kelly, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Alyssa. This is so fun.
I know.
What's up, Rose girls? I'm Jessica Carroll. Today we're gonna have so much fun because we have fitness personality Katie Austin.
Hey,
we're
thanks for having me on.
with
Cheers.
Katie Austin.
I love it. It
Cheers.
feels like a Saturday.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Millennial Life. I'm your host, Laura Odegaard, and today we are joined by the very beautiful former Miss California and now a TV host, Natasha Martinez. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
You are tuning in to Slay with Rachel McCord, and I have a fabulous guest. In studio with me is Liza Glukoff. She's just been named executive producer of programming at Awesomeness TV. I mean, no big deal, but huge. Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Are we so excited right now?
We are so excited.
I mean,
Thank
we
you for
have
having me.
roses, we have perfect lighting, we've got some Spa Girl vodka in case we get a little crazy.
Hey, Dr. Erin here, teaching universal law and spiritual truth, having a conscious conversation in the heart of Hollywood. And I'm honored to have the guest today, who is Christina Pascucci, who is amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's an honor to be here with you. I so appreciate it.
Today on Moms Matter, we're going to talk about money, 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 something that we all struggle with and we need help with, and that's why we have the fabulous Winnie Sun, who's here with us today.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you so much. I know you've been on MSNBC and Forbes, and you are the money expert.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a new magical episode of Soul Reboot. I am your host, Allison Charles. Please welcome and meet this powerful divine queen whose name is Daphne Wayans. I am so happy to be here with you.
I'm so honored to be here.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to be celebrating this hashtag Motivation Monday with Robbie Hayes himself as Tina Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise. Good morning.
Good morning to the
Good
show.
morning.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate
so
it.
Great
Guys.
to have
Thank
you
you.
here. So Monday is early.
Let's dive in, right?
You're in town. You just came to town?
No, I've been here.
Oh, you have been here? Because I thought you
Actually,
talked
coming
about back east.
I was. Actually, I've coming up on 1 year. I moved here April 1st last year.
Oh, I thought you meant like yesterday you came back from back east.
I still
Okay.
consider myself new. There are a lot of transplants out here in LA, I feel like.
We are. So what do you like about living in La La Land now?
I like where I live. So I can pretty much see Venice Beach Pier from my room window. I don't have AC in my house. I haven't closed my window since the day I moved in. This week is pretty much the only week I've seen rain since I've moved here a year ago. So I love my little bubble out in Venice, and rarely do I come over here to y'all's side. When I have to go east to the 405, it's like maybe once or twice a week. But I love my area out there in the little beach town.
Cool.
West Side, man.
It's nice.
West Side, yeah.
Dog's got plenty of room out
Right.
there. It's great.
So take us through your story. We know, I mean, obviously you've had great success. You've got all kinds of things in the works, but really, how did it all begin?
It actually began through a breakup. You know, I went through, after a 3.5 year relationship, we broke up. And so like that was, I'm the oldest of 5. And my parents had 5 kids in 7 years. So we're all super close, 22 to 29, right there. And it was hard growing up, but it was better as we got older because we'd all come back for Christmas from our respective locations, and we'd all get to see each other, catch up. You know, we're all mature now. We're not fighting over whose clothing is whose.
At least not publicly.
Exactly. And so, like, anyway, story short, that Christmas 2015, my sister could kind of tell that after this breakup, I was a little down. You know, I had always had a girl there for Easter or for Christmas. Like, she was always there to come spend time with the family, but this time it was just me. And so she took it upon herself to reach out to ABC and nominate me without me knowing. So I woke up about 2 to 3 weeks later to a missed call from California. I was like, I'm not going to answer it. If it's important, to leave a message, right? And sure enough, I got the voicemail. I'm like, which one of my boys is playing a prank on me? Like, who's messing with me right now? And 2 months later, I was on the show.
Wow. Wow. So, you know, knowing like, the show is a lot about consciousness and how we manifest things and stuff like that. So I'm curious to know, like, that just randomly happened, but do you feel like there's something in you that you kind of had a vision, or you thought, like, you kind of felt like this was maybe some of your destiny was to be in the limelight and be out there in the world?
The back half of that statement, yes. I don't know if I thought that Bachelor would be the way to do it. But I always wanted something bigger. You know, I swam my entire life, ended it in the 2012 Olympic trials, you know, full ride at Florida State, and it was something that I actually didn't really love doing.
Really?
But it paid for school. I was really good at it. I liked winning. I enjoyed being, you know, captain of the swim team at Florida State, because Florida State and colleges like that treat athletes like kings. Advisors, tutors, whatever you want. And so it was nice. But this is more up my alley, you know? The first 2 weeks behind camera on the show was an adjustment, trust me. I mean, and you guys know, just like we do, we're trying to have an intimate moment right here, and there's 19 people within a 5-foot radius, 4 with boom mics, 3 with lights, 4 with cameras, 2 saying, hey, kiss. You messed it up, do it again. I messed it up on purpose. We'll mess it up. We'll have to do this again. But yeah, and then after 2 weeks, you kind of zone it all out. You're like, all right, that's cool.
What have you learned about yourself in this process?
Oh, a lot. You know, how far you can push me, because those producers will push you as far as you can. I learned a lot about patience. I learned what I already knew, that I wore my emotions on my sleeve, because that came out. Yeah, it more confirmed the personality traits I am. People ask all the time, like, I'm going through the interview process, what do I need to do? Be yourself on steroids. If you're an overly excited person, show that. They want characters. They don't want bumps on a log. If you're gonna sit there and give them one-word answers, you're not gonna be fun on camera.
No way.
So go over the top. If you, whatever personality traits you have, behind the camera is gonna amplify it.
So Monday Motivation, I know the women out there want to know, what is it that you really look to as far as if you're going to give women advice? What is inspiring and motivating from a man's perspective when, you know, kind of experiencing a woman, whether it be dating or a friend?
So
or
kind of what
whatever?
I'm looking for?
Well, yeah.
Confidence. And it's something that I didn't know that I needed before the show. And I think Joe helped me realize that. And it could have been because she had her own season, or not her own season, but she was on a season previous, so she had time to get comfortable behind the camera and stuff. But the way she carried herself, how elegant and classy she was on camera, and in her decision making, and in that, I mean, that's not an easy role. That's a tough role, that lead role. Call it what it is. I'd love to be choosing between 30 girls, but when it comes down to it, it would be tough. And she just did it flawlessly. And that is something that I haven't experienced in a relationship. I've always kind of had, you know, someone who depended on me. You know,
or codependent.
Exactly. And I like it a lot. I really do. Someone I can take to a company function and she just hit it off. I don't need to hold her hand through it all, you know?
So important, especially in today's world with women rising and everything's so important. That's really cool. You know, we've had a lot of reality of your whole community has been in here, like it's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm actually really touched, moved, and inspired by it because I mean, I don't watch reality show, quite frankly, a lot of time, and there's some stigmas around it. And like, you're so like down to earth, amazing, incredible. What do you think about reality? What do you think about the
crazy,
whole world?
especially when it comes to social media, because it's become so big. And you've got like, I still have like the notifications for my comments on my Instagram on, because my mom will literally go through every single one and be like, Brittany XOXO said that you're not cool. Go delete her. Go delete her. And she'll get upset about it.
Wow.
I'm like, Mom, I knew when I signed up for this that not everyone was going to like me. I get it. I understand that. One out of every 1,000 comments is going to be a negative one, right? And she takes it all too seriously. But that's one thing I learned. And then I could respond to that person and say, that's not nice, you haven't met me. They'll be like, oh my God, you responded. I didn't mean to. That was my friend, that's my password. And then you changed your tone real quick.
Deflect real quick. Speaking of which, how has your dating life changed since you've been doing this show?
I mean, it's been good.
I would imagine.
Lots of options and opportunity.
There are lots of options. It's also become more difficult to figure out who's there for the right reasons, as cliche as it might sound.
Yeah. Does it take a while to figure that out?
Not really. You could probably figure it out usually on the first date.
That's awesome. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, you've had this incredible opportunity not only to be falling in love on camera, but build a platform for yourself and a business. Tell us a little bit about the yoga pants, athleisure.
Okay, Leisureletics. There's a lot of stuff going on. So we, myself and Chase from my season, who was right behind me, third place, and then the guys Clothing by Al. I'm sure you've seen the Bachelor Yoga wine tanks, the black ones that everyone wears. There's two guys for that company, and then it was Chase and I who had the platforms. And our platforms are 500,000 followers with 92% female. That might be low. So we're like, yoga pants. It's a no-brainer. So we built this company, Leisureletics, around yoga pants, and we have brands reach out to us all the time to promote on our platforms. And a lot of times there might be new startups that might not necessarily be able to afford or dedicated posters and whatnot. So we'll say, hey, send us 500 samples. We'll put them in our Leisureletics subscription box that we have, which focuses around our one pair of yoga pants. And then you'll have 6 other items, almost like a FabFitFun box type thing. Oh, yeah. But we have all these brands that are sending us samples just because they want our followers to see their products. So we're like, here, we'll get you in 500 doors that you wouldn't have been in, and they're most of the time going to give that to us at cost or free. And then we've got our pair of yoga pants in there, so we're just shipping out a box of all these goodies to these girls that love it.
Where are our yoga pants?
I should have brought some in. We have a hot new pair this month, too.
Wow.
Rose color.
That's so rad.
Yeah.
Is that, describe the color?
Yeah, rosé. It's a light pink mauve. Is that the word? M-A-U-V-E?
I'll wear those and drink rosé all day. There you go.
Well,
Monday
I got
motivation.
the rosé girls and rosé boys, so I'm sure that went over big.
That would work,
them,
right?
There you go. For sure. So I think that I always think about my concern, if I had a concern, if someone was on The Bachelor, Bachelorette, if I were gonna, if someone was gonna date you, my fear would be, well, gosh, they've had all these options, they have all these people coming at them. It can set somebody up to maybe never ever be totally satisfied, right? Because you have, you can take the hottest, the smartest, the whatever, and put it all together. And so, are you ever concerned? Like, you have so many options.
I put myself in her role. Let's just say, because in the real world it's different, but like in that role, she also has. Not only does she have 26 guys throwing themselves at her, but there's probably 8 or 9 of them she wants nothing to do with. But she's got to play along to begin with until the roses are given out. There's also probably 3 or 4 she really only wants to spend time with, right? Towards the beginning, towards the end. And I think in that role, you've kind of got to select your time, but also, I mean, granted it's for the camera, you've got to entertain the others. I'll take a first date with anybody. If it doesn't work out, I gave it a shot. If it's miserable, I'll sit through it.
What do you like to do on that first date?
Beach or puppy. If it includes beach, puppy, or my family, I'm set.
That's an automatic second date, by the way.
Set.
Yeah, how did that not go well? Beach and I mean, come on.
I grew up on the beach in Florida. I'm back at the beach out here. I've had a dog my entire life. And then my family's my priority.
Unlimited supply of yoga pants. I don't know what it's not going to be like.
Still packaged, waiting at my house.
That in itself.
There you go.
You at the beach.
Can't beat it, right?
No, you can't.
Did you find that in the process you also made a lot of good guy friends? We've heard that. We had Iggy on the show. We had some other folks on the show. And they mentioned that they were surprised by the relationships they built with other guys.
How awesome is Iggy?
Oh, dude,
so,
love it.
Yeah.
When people ask me the best takeaway from Paradise, I say meeting Iggy.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. It's so funny. Everybody
that guy
gives
is a
Iggy
ball of
every guy's
enthusiasm.
all this love.
Yeah.
You better be watching.
He just makes you so happy.
He does.
He's just always smiling. He's a loud personality. He's great.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you. I mean, personality wins for sure. Intelligence and personality for sure.
But yeah, we made a bunch of friends. I lived with Chase for a year after the show. He just moved out last month back to Arizona. I still live with Jeff Holm, who won season 8 back in the day. And then I was with James Taylor yesterday, Grant Kemp 2 days ago, Iggy 2 days ago, Eric 2 days ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we all stay close. It's neat. It's fun.
Yeah. So we're running out of time, but so let's find out where can people get your yoga pants, and I want to talk about them real fast. The platform.
Okay, so Leisureletics.
Because when you go on Instagram and you go to your profile, you've got a whole other platform that it takes you to.
Yes.
So
this
tell
other
us-
platform is called Holanis, and basically it takes social media and e-commerce and mixes it into social commerce. So you've got one page where you've got your Instagram, or a brand can reach your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your YouTube. You can even link your Spotify account. Like, they can find out what you're listening to. You can have a shop. I can input my Leisureletics shop in there, so that my Holanis page has, well, I think 4,000 followers right now, but my Leisureletics website has 0 followers, right? It's a standalone entity. So if they go to my Holanis, it's already there. They don't have to go to my Instagram and then hit another link to find something else. It's just going to be sitting right there. So it's neat, it's brand new, but with that being said, these networks are all about timing and place. You get in the beginning, you'll be set.
For sure. So tell us again where they can get the yoga pants.
Leisureletics.com. They're great. And we have a new pair for March. They just came out last week. They're great. Find them.
All right. Well, we're
Rosé
so
all day.
excited.
Hey.
We're going to
Thanks
get
for coming on the
together.
show. Of course,
thank
brother.
you
Thanks
so
for having
much
me. Thank you guys for
all
having
your
me.
Absolutely.
Okay, you guys, we'll stay tuned. We're going to hear some more inspirational stories and get into the yes frequency. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and I am thrilled and honored to have Gary Quinn in the house because he is in alignment with my lineage, New Thought and Science of Mind, which is called the Yes Frequency. I'm so excited to meet you here.
Yes, thank you guys for having me.
We have 101 affirmations to get ready. Go.
Absolutely. Okay. Today is the first day of my new life. No, what I do is, and I have the opportunity to travel the world and teach these principles, and I find myself being lucky, and I'm really grateful that I get to teach in all these countries because I love people, and I think people all over the world want to be happy, and they're looking for safety, they're looking for success. Sometimes they fall off the track and they start getting angry because they didn't achieve it. And I think what I'm about is really teaching people to be inspired about them. Because it's not what you do, it's not what you know, it's really about your energy. And the frequency, if it's happy and yes, then you're going to attract great change. And I think it's all about change. And you know, we're here for such a short time in this lifetime, so we need to make the best of it. And you know, I write a lot of information in books, but it's really about the vibration of what is your purpose and what is your legacy? How do you want to be remembered? And I think people sometimes forget.
And you know, Gary, I'm wondering, what is the most common denominator you see across the world that keeps people from figuring out that legacy, that keeps them from vibing at their highest?
Fear. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of, I don't know these people. I'm too old. It'll never happen. So many things stop them, or their conditioning from their family.
So just to give you a little bit of a acknowledgement, because there's so many coaches today, there's so many people that are writing in this genre, if you will, but you go way back, and that's one thing I was like so excited because, I mean, you've been around and in this field for a long time. You actually grew up in the industry, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
You know, I find myself, I started as an Olympic athlete training for the Olympics. I trained with Mission Viejo Nadadoras and Mark Spitz's coach at a young age. So I was always focused, and I was always very connected to spiritual things. I loved anything spiritual, and it was almost, that was my food. And I think when you're a young person, that's the important part. So I then went right into the entertainment business, and I worked on various TV shows. I worked as an assistant to Carrie Fisher, Donna Mills. I worked on all these TV shows, and then I became a personal manager, and then I represented talent. And then after that, I became a music producer. And then after that, I had a client on Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and she said, you need to write a book, and you're so much more than just this. So I wrote my first book, and I started touring the world teaching these principles, and I would have never thought this is what I would be doing.
You know, it's just incredible to hear your story, and I have to, first of all, thank you, because, and this is a testament to how both sort of interesting your path has been, but also how well and deeply connected you are. You were very instrumental in getting my book out there in the world. You worked with my publicist at the World Library, Ken Corbin.
And I think that's what it's all about. It's about synchronicity, that we're all connected. On some level, we all know someone, or we've even maybe had a connection. We were in the same place at that time. But I think it's important to take what we know now and say, what do we want to do with this? And I always tell people, if you knew you had 6 months left in this body, what would you do? What would you say?
Bali for sure. I'm out. Peace out, you guys.
Who would you speak to? And I think, you know, the tips are really just changing your mindset, and I call it teaching people the language of miracles, because we're always talking, you know, in the negative form, and if you change your dialogue, you change your experience. You know, it all has to happen from the inside first.
You know, that brings up a good point, you know, that I read in your book about forgiving yourself in order to move forward.
You cannot move forward in any form unless you forgive yourself, or what happened, or if there was shame in your life, or whatever there is. We're all the same. You know, I've had the opportunity to work with many celebrities, kids, doctors, housewives, corporate people. It doesn't matter. We all are the same. But I think what we have to learn is, how do we change? You know, it's almost like, be happy now instead of looking outside yourself saying, well, when I have that hit book, I'm going to be happy. When I have that great job, I'm going to be happy. When I have a Grammy, I'm going to be happy.
When I do these 101 affirmations, I'm going to be happy.
Yes, and it takes 30 days to change a habit. People know that. So if you start changing your habit by saying, yes, 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 I am powerful. Yes, I am confident, I'm moving forward. Then you're going to see some change, because you're actually doing something different than you have not been doing.
I absolutely love your message, and I couldn't agree with you more. I know a lot of people struggle, because in the beginning, it's a little hard, you know, to say yes to things that feel like such big no's. So how do you encourage people to get through that period?
Well, to align themselves, to open their awareness, and if they could video themselves through the day and they go, ooh, I can't believe I said that. But you'd be surprised of all the negative comments that people say about themselves. They use the word wouldn't, shouldn't, someday, maybe. You have to take all of that out and be in the end result. Take the action items of, I'm going to do this to feel this way. So let's say all of you have a dream, right? A wish that you want to manifest, right? Now, if that dream came true, how would you guys feel? Erin, what would your energy feel if everything you wanted to manifest?
In alignment with my truth.
And emotionally, you would wake up feeling what?
Happy and, you know, high vibes and all that.
Okay, how about you?
Tapped in, tuned in, turned on.
Okay, and you? What would you feel?
I would feel grace, purpose, and protection.
Okay, so,
that's
a good
one.
I've never heard that before. So you've got to bring that into your day when you're at the supermarket, when you're driving, when you're doing whatever. You're vibrating the yes frequency on that level, so you're going to attract that wherever you go. So that means new opportunity, or that means that you're connected to a divine higher purpose, and you don't have to do anything but just show up. So it's really standing in your authentic self.
You know what I like to think about, though, is you can't just show up. You have to show up, you have to be seen, and you have to shine.
Absolutely.
You know, Robbie just pointed out earlier in the show, you have to show up at 100, right? If you're you, be you 100.
Absolutely. And when you begin to flow, you begin to glow.
So where can people find your work? Obviously,
yes, they can go to GaryQuinn.tv. I'm heading out to Europe to promote a new book called 31 Days to Personal Success in Italy, Switzerland, and somewhere else. I don't know where I'm going, but it's just a short trip. And then every June I'm in Japan teaching. Oh, really? And then back in the fall I go back to Europe and Romania and all these countries that I get to go to. But it's really a blessed opportunity to go to these places and see these people that are so hungry to change. I mean, we're lucky because America has all these speakers. There, they don't have so many.
Yeah, we're in LaLa land. Like,
we're
it
in
feels
LaLa
like
land, exactly.
It's so everywhere here, but we really, for a majority of the world, it's a very new concept, the idea that we create our reality. Like,
we're lucky and in LaLa land.
And I'm saying yes all over
All I have to say.
So let's do some yes real quick. Let's just do 1,
here
2,
we go.
3, and
Okay.
people who are watching, this works. Let's just say, think of your intention, what you want to manifest and what you want to feel, what I said, your emotion. And let's just say yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
When she's passing.
Yes. So you really have to just shift and practice.
Right? I have a coffee cup that says, say yes to new adventures. And it's been my mantra, last year for sure. So
excellent.
Just love your work. And
thank you so much for having me here.
To meet you in person and knowing our lineage goes back to so many amazing people, even like Terry Whitaker, who trained Tony Robbins. Like, this lineage is so amazing, and I really appreciate your work, and thank you so much for all that you're doing.
Thank good to see you
again. Oh my gosh, so nice.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with Belle Saint when we come back on Good Morning La La Land. Welcome to the Focus TV studios in West Hollywood. I'm Jezza Mui, host of the Focus TV network show, LA Unscripted, and co-host of America's first live streaming talk show, Good Morning La La Land. This is the Focus Magazine preview show in an exclusive sneak peek. Today, I have the privilege to announce the March 2018 issue of Focus Magazine, and we're calling it the Influence issue, featuring amazing personalities making a difference in our local communities. On the cover, we have singer-songwriter and host of Chasing Glory podcast, Lillian Garcia. I had the extreme honor of both interviewing her and writing a feature for the magazine on Lillian. She's truly an influencer on so many levels. Joining her on the cover is my spiritual influencer and co-host of Good Morning La La Land, Dr. Erin Haskell. And with her is a true professor of influence, Amanda Russell. Also featured in this issue, we have the constructional chef, Scott Harris, executive chef from the Four Seasons Hotel right here in Beverly Hills, Byron Thomas, and 2 members of the Focus TV family and dynamic duo of lifestyle influence, Janet Gunn and Melissa Myers. Also in this issue, we feature Lauren Everts, the founder of the Skinny Confidential, hello gorgeous, and the candle makers Elise Fratto and Maylene Weber of Leone Candeli, which is of course right over there. And Cynthia Abbey Naked, who I interviewed for my show LA Unscripted, and she is the founder of a great piece of functional jewelry from the Coley Collective. We also have a celebrity chef, Serena Poon, and her new product, Just Add Water, and a series of 4 mom influencers from our millennial mom herself, host Jenna Barnett. It's all influence, influence, influence in this issue of Focus Magazine. Get your copy today on newsstands or online, and be sure to watch our companion video features as well, because we are the only magazine in the country providing a robust video complement to our print features. I'm Jezza Mui, coming to you from the Focus TV studios in West Hollywood. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. We are live with Good Morning La La Land. We have the incredible honor of celebrating this hashtag Motivation Monday with Belle Saint. Good morning, gorgeous. Good
morning. Good morning, you guys. So beautiful. I love your hair, and you're like you're Beatle-esque with that jacket.
Thank you. We have the same length of hair too.
And it's rockin'. Speaking of rockin', so Refinery 29, best song lyrics with Karma. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Share what those lyrics were with us.
The lyrics are rumors everywhere, you're not playing fair, it's just a matter of time. Reputation is not an easy fix, and you won't make it out alive.
Karma's gonna get you.
Karma's gonna get you.
Yes, it is. It all comes back around in La La Land.
Was that inspired by something personal?
Yes. I was working with somebody who was very dishonest and a bully, to say it in a nice way.
Yeah.
But, and, you know, I wrote the song and it was just an honest depiction of what was happening, and it was crazy that the time that I decided to release it was around the same time that other women were coming forward with their own stories, and so I was feeling very inspired by that.
I mean, let's take a look at you. I mean, rumor has it you're Nancy Sinatra meets Sia meets Adele. What a songstress it may have been. Tell us a little bit about what we're seeing.
Oh yeah, that was my performance at The Resident. That song was actually one that I have a looper pedal, and I like looping. I think that one I did a Bob Dylan cover, and I just loop the different harmonies and sing over it.
And looping is not easy.
It's
that
not.
is seriously an acquired skill. I would love to come see you live. You're going to have to let us know next time. Tell us a little bit about your journey into becoming a musician that you are now.
Well, I mostly started out as a songwriter. To pay my bills, I was doing a lot of songs for trailers and commercials and songs for other artists, which you know, I got to work with Giorgio Moroder, who was on Daft Punk's recent album, and Paul Williams, who's worked with a lot of, I mean, he wrote with David Bowie, which is crazy. Yeah, and I got to go to London and write with Natalie Imbruglia for a little while, which was fun. So it's been...
You're working among legends, right?
I'm very grateful.
Who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
Probably Sia.
I love Sia.
I love
amazing.
Yeah, it feels like really great left of center pop from a very authentic place.
Did you always know you were going to be a musician? Did you always know you'd be on stage?
I always knew that I loved it. Yeah, I think it didn't until later on in my life. I started seeing it, oh, this can be a reality, me doing what I love for a living and getting affirmation and continuing to get work.
And what did that feel like for you?
Very exciting, very fulfilling.
At any point, did you want to give up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you guys know too, it's in this business, for every yes I got, for every exciting opportunity, there were a million rejections before that. And so it's just been a lot of persistence has definitely helped.
So we're wondering if you'd play some for us. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think we
the
should do it,
silent
right?
observer.
All of this.
So tell us a little bit about what you're going to...
Yeah, we're just going to play Karma. It's the new single that just came out a week ago. This is the one that Refinery 29 mentioned. We're doing releasing a music video. We did an artistic collaboration with Club Monaco. So we're really excited about it.
Wow.
Okay, good. Well, if you take it over.
Thank you.
Cool.
Rumors everywhere, you're not playing fair. It's just a matter of time. Reputation is not an easy fix, and you won't make it out alive. Seems like we're headed for a showdown. There's no room for both of us in this town. And baby, karma's gonna get you. Karma's gonna get you. Watch out, you'll get what's coming. Your numbers up, so hit the ground running. Karma's gonna get you. Panic messages, I've got the evidence. You're a bully and a thief. No consequence, 'cause your daddy's rich. You step all over everything. And now your game is finally run out. us in this town. Baby, karma's gonna get you. Karma's gonna get you. Watch out, you'll get what's coming. Your numbers up, so hit the ground running. Karma's gonna get you. Seems like we're headed for a showdown. There's no room for both of us in this town. Baby, karma's gonna get you. Karma's gonna get you. Watch out, you'll get what's coming. Your numbers up, so hit the ground running. Karma's gonna get you.
Thank you. We're going to be right back for more Karma.
That is my.
Back live. Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. We're talking about Karma. I love the song. Oh my gosh, your voice is so beautiful.
Thank you.
And I do believe that all of us, you know, we are living our cause and effect. And it was a huge place for me to realize I don't have to hold anyone to whatever's gone in the past. I get to forgive me and release it to the universe. So it's so great. So how about you guys? Are you finding that what you're doing, the cause and effect, how you, I know you're like up to major things. So just go around real quick. Like,
Yes.
what is the true intention of the karma that you want to create for the world?
Authenticity and balance.
Love it.
And love.
Love it.
Yes. Confidence and positivity.
Love it. Love it.
Positivity, kindness.
Light and love.
I love that. Yeah, kindness, positivity, love, and treating others as you want to be treated. There you
Yeah, so great. So Friday, what are you guys doing for the rest of the day?
Friday?
I'm sorry.
Friday.
I'm sorry. I'm always like, well, they say yes. I already said yes to Friday.
You're in the end result.
The challenge is to live every day as though it's Friday.
No, Monday. Okay, Monday in LA. What do you guys do for the rest of the day? What does it look like for you?
Just organizing. I do my spin class tonight at 5:30. And then just organizing for my tour.
Nice.
I'm glad I got a good start like this because typically I'm not interacting with humans more than morning. So this is a great start. I'll go home and work for a little bit, work out, and then call it a day.
Cool. Putting album artwork together for a new song.
Nice.
Working on new tracks for her.
Everybody has so many amazing, exciting things. Thank you for starting your week with us, you guys. We're so excited. It's an honor to be with you. We are Good Morning LaLa Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m.
Please like, share, and comment, you guys. Very important to spread the good vibes and good juju. Have a wonderful Monday. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Be there or be square.
It's a Good Morning LaLa Land.
I think it's the whole dating relationship. I was on Friday.